Good evening, everyone. So, I'm back again with some more Final Fantasy XI. I've been away for about a week here. I got my third vaccination dose last week, and it first put me on my back to the point where I didn't really feel up to streaming. And by the time I felt better, I was still, had a lot of fatigue and things like that. So I wasn't really in the best mindsets for it. So I figured, okay, let's just call last week retroactively a little bit of a break in the period for me here as we continue on here. We're currently on our 27th session here of the Final Fantasy XI playthrough, and we're going to continue here today with going along the Chains of Promethea Chapter 5 story. So, as a short reminder, let's have a look at the mission. 3 paths. To break the Worm King's pact, you must locate the Keeper of the Apocalypse as quickly as possible. To do that, you must first learn more of Altair, as well as find Preach and the Mysterious Boy. So we've got 3 quest paths here that we are going to follow. And I believe we're going to start off by following the one that Laurence set out to do for us here. So I believe our first stop is going to be the Tavnesian Safehold. Here we are. So again, yeah, it's been a little while now since we last streamed. Apologies if I totally mess up on something or forget something important as we move along here. I'm pretty sure that we should be able to just follow along the quest line here, or the storyline. Actually, let's see if we have the 3 teleports or not with the book. I'm realizing. Teleportation systems. Tavnesia, Safehold. We don't, but let's use the tabs this time anyway. It's just good to know. We're down to our last 24 after this, I suppose. Tab teleportations, so it's good to keep that in mind. We're going to need to head to the top floor here because we're going to speak with the Spacier. Perhaps even multiple times, but let's see how things go. Here's my FFXVI. Am I feel like I'm missing where I'm actually supposed to be going here. There we go. This is more like it. Now, where's the Spacier currently hold up? Let's see. Inside here. He is. Okay. Let's have a chat. Lafayette, is Ulmia. How is she doing? Greetings, Despachier. It has been too long. Sir Laurence. You need not worry, she is fine. Lafayette and I traveled the world in search of a truth. A single truth that will restore light to Vanadil and her children. Your granddaughter embraces the same goal as we do, and she will not give up until she has reached it. I can sleep easier knowing that such a noble knight as yourself is watching over my dear Ulmia. However, she is often one to hide her true feelings away from others, even though she may be in pain. You are not causing her any pain, are you? Ulmia is a very strong-willed young woman. She understands the responsibilities that lie before her and will not cower before them. That is why she blamed herself for not knowing more about the painting of Altair kept in the Tavnesian Cathedral's reliquarium. What? Lady Ulmia is not a theologian of the cathedral. No one expects her to know of the painting. However... Exactly! There is no way she could know of the painting. She was only a mere child when the piece was donated to the cathedral. Oh, why must you blame yourself, poor Ulmia? Sir Laurence, I know some of the history behind that painting. Let me tell you of what I know. Long ago, I helped in the transport of the relic to the cathedral. Much tumult arose as a result of bringing that painting here. Your assistance is greatly appreciated, Especier. I will relay everything you tell me to your granddaughter. Yes, it was some 25 years ago that the painting was brought to the archipelago. According to the Marquisate officials, the painting was found deep within the ancient ruins known as the Temple of Ugalipi. It is said that the painting depicts a scene in the verse of a legendary song, the Ancients and their attempt to open the gates of paradise. Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. A gate of light hovering over a grand city. The gatekeeper roaring to the heavens. The gatekeeper took the shape of a mighty dragon. However, his 4 legs were bound by mighty shackles. This image was the strongest in the painting. Many of the missionaries that came to view the painting would often call it the relic of chains or the relic of the dragon. I see. So at that time the identity of the city was still unknown. Yes, until Cardinal Mildarian viewed the painting. It was she who told us the city was Altair. As punishment for defying the gods, the city of Altair was destroyed and banished to the bottom of the Northern Sea. After the Cardinal revealed the truth of the painting, many a canticle was sung of this legend. There wasn't a soul left in Tavnesia who had not heard one while sipping down a glass of brew in the local pub. However, why did the Cardinal know of the city and its legend? Though I may be mistaken, I seem to recall that before arriving in Tavnesia, Mildarian was a priest who wandered the outlands on a quest for spiritual enlightenment. I have also heard tales that many of the holy relics that reached the archipelago were brought from the outlands by thieves and pirates. Perhaps the Cardinal obtained her knowledge of Altair in these forsaken areas. The outlands. I see. Yes, I also remember how a group of Mithra came from those outlands, demanding that we return the painting to the temple. I too have heard that tale. After a long series of talks, the Cardinal was able to convince the Mithra to allow the painting to remain in Tavnesia, without defacing the honor of the cathedral. We were relieved, and with those Mithra beasts gone, we could go back to our normal, everyday lives. Mithra. Perhaps they know more of the painting. Despachier, would you happen to recall the names of the Mithra, or where exactly they came from? I do not remember their names. I do not think they were ever referred to by anything other than the title of Sin Hunters. Sin Hunters. Assassins sent from the Mithran homeland to do the dirty work of the Grand Chieftainess. So, this painting must be of great importance to their race. Sir Laurence, a young Mithran sin hunter, visited the Safehold a number of days ago. If you can find her, she may be able to better inform you of the secrets behind the painting. A sin hunter was here? Excellent. Despachier, I thank you very much for your assistance. I will heed your advice and begin to search for this Mithra. A sin hunter in Thamnasia? A quite unexpected turn of events, would you not say, Lafayette? Let us travel to Windurst and inquire with the chieftainess about the sin hunters and the painting they desire. To Windurst, huh? Let's see if we can find the correct place, but I believe we're heading to the Windurst Woods. Let's see here. Helps if we go into the actual teleport menu. Windurst Woods. We're heading to K7. This should be close enough, I think. We're at J7 right now. No, we're at H9. So, bit north and bit west. Oh, sorry, a bit east. Right. There we are. I believe our first exit here should do the trick. I7. J7. Now, I'm assuming we're speaking to the chieftainess here, FFXVI. I see. Yes, trusted initiative. Let's talk again. You wish to hear of Altair, adventurer? A moment. To ask questions in such a blunt manner does not fit a gentleman. My most humble and apologies for the intrusion, Chieftainess FFXVI. My name is Laurence and Mistal. To save the people of Vanadil, I seek the truth that hides behind the veil of history. A time of apocalypse is at hand. I beg you for the guiding knowledge of ages passed down through the Mithran race. I understand your situation. However, I know nothing of the city painted in that picture. Even if you were to ask the Mithran trackers, I doubt they would have an answer for you. They are on a journey to fulfill an important duty. If I may be so bold, are the Mithran trackers following the scent of some grave crime? Yes, they came to demand atonement for the sins of the Tavnasian Cardinal. The Cardinal? What crime could she have committed? Strangely enough, her sins are related to the picture you speak of. That picture was stolen from the temple of Ugalepi. A Mithran tracker traveled to Tavnasia to recover it, but was instead presented with a deal by the Cardinal. A deal? The Cardinal apparently knew everything about the legend recited by the Mithra, and the duty that it entails. She also stated that the means to carry out the duty had been prepared in Tavnasia. The tracker had no choice but to accept the deal. The fate of Anadil's people was placed in the hands of the Cardinal. Chieftainess, indulge me if you will. What is this legend? And what of the duty it reveals? What had your people intended to do? The duty was given to the Mithra by the ancient race depicted in that picture. A duty to awaken the sleeping gods. The sleeping gods? Surely you have heard the tale of the ancient race that wounded Vanadil by opening the gates of paradise. The emptiness that poured from the wound tried to swallow everything in its path. Mountains, the seas, the skies, the forests, even life itself. The living beings of Vanadil decided to use the tears that Altana had shed to cleanse the world. However, a battle erupted between the King of People and the King of Dragons of the fifth tier. A conflict that knew no end. The people that survived used the power of the sleeping gods to heal the wounded land. And that is the legend told by the Mithra? Adventurer, in your travels would have seen the giant glowing crystals that lie hidden far away from civilization. Those crystals are the resting places of the gods. Slumbering within are the immortal beings who we called forth to heal the land in the age of legend. The wounded land of Vanadil bleeds forth dreaded emptiness. It is now time for us to awaken the sleeping deities and mend our suffering world. And this is the role that the Cardinal attempted to fill. But how? That has not been revealed to me. But if you must learn the answer to that question, you should ask the Tavnasian theologian who was a survivor of the Great War. Before she is punished for that crime. Do you need further explanation? The Mithran sin hunters never forgive a crime. The sin does not die with the sinner. Be careful with your actions. It is not our place to judge your sins, but in time, your sins may come to judge you. What do you make of her words, Lafayette? The theology of the Mithra differs quite dramatically from that of the Sandorian Cathedral in several respects. The legend concerning the 5 tiers of Altana is especially at odds with what the Elvan believe. That is why I warn you not to swallow her tale without question. Talk of legends aside, the chieftain's description of the emptiness that has appeared in every corner of Vanadil is an indisputable truth. However, the Mithran trackers are now chasing after the theologian, Prish, and not the Cardinal Mildorian. which would mean that even the trackers were unable to locate the whereabouts of the Cardinal. Does this mean that the Cardinal has already bid farewell to this world? Has my astonishing luck finally failed me? It is nice to see you after so long, sir. I wonder if you remember old Honori Gomoi. I thought you might have informed me of your presence. I was thoroughly surprised to hear that you were in town. Thoroughly. Oh man, that was a weirdo. As always, your visits cause quite a stir. But I do babble on. Your subordinates bade me pass this on to you. It is an item that should help tremendously in your task. But this is... Yes, indeed. It was broken when you crossed swords with that detestable Wookiee. Wookiee. Yeah, let's go with that for now. I went to great lengths to have this repaired for you. What's more, I finally made progress on the task you entrusted to me so long ago. That despicable bounty hunter that caused you so much trouble, Goldmane. You have information? Yes. According to some Mithran pirates, the rascal has purchased a small deserted island south of Mara. I see. My luck has not forsaken me after all. Lafayette, I ask that you leave the rest of this task to me alone. My incredible luck does not extend to those around me. It may prove to be more of a hindrance than a help. Until next we meet. I guess they're just stranding us here then. Luckily, we have a guide that tells us where to go. And to be honest, I think that they expect us to follow along on the context clues there. But if you're not very up on the geography of the world here, it might be hard to guess exactly where to go. Unless, of course, this quest becomes available in the missions as well. It's not under there. Is it under quests then, I wonder? This quest line is called Past Sins. Doesn't appear to be. Well. Either way. I went past the port point here. Question becomes, do we have access to BBK Bay from here? Let's see here. That would be under Shushu. It puts us out into Mara if we teleport from here. That's probably fine. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and head out. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike. So we're gonna need to head to BPK Bay. Let's go ahead and mount up right over there, and we'll have a little chat on them in the meantime here. BPK Bay obviously has an exit to the bottom left here. Not sure if we actually had reason to go here or not before. But we'll take the opportunity to head out there anyway. Question becomes, is there a cave up here or down the beach that we need to go through? I'm assuming we're not going directly through the mountains. It's down there. Let's head down and we'll have a look. Yes, so nothing down here. Let's see if we can round the edge of the water here. Ah, here we are. Figured there'd be something. So let's check the next one. See where we end up here. BPK Bay. Perfect. Never had a doubt in my mind. Do we have a map for this? We do not. We're gonna need to head to H11. So we're heading southwest for now. More south than west, I'm assuming. Question becomes, do we actually need to find a way over there through ship? Because this is a lot of water. We can always go ahead and dismount here. Pick up the survival guide, because I'm pretty sure we don't have it since before. Let's have a chat here. The mana clipper bound for Pergonorgo Isle will depart shortly. That, I believe, is where we need to head. So let's get on the clipper here. Assuming this is the clipper. Indeed. We don't have mana clipper ticket. Why, that was awkward. How do I get one of those? Buy a ticket. 80 gil. Multi-tickets, which allow you to ride 10 times, can be purchased for a mere 500 gil. Thank you. Not sure how often we'll need it, but we now have it at least. So, we may need to take a little break here while we wait for the ship to head back. I'll go ahead and make a cut while we wait here, and we'll be back once we are heading towards the right island here. Right, welcome back. We are currently on the mana cutter here as we try to head out to the island. We've lost around 30 minutes due to having to wait for the ship again. But that should be fine. We're there now at least. Or should be. I put out the trust because I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything along the way that would be dangerous, but apparently not. I probably overestimated the chances of something like that happening here. Then again, better safe than sorry. How are you doing, Shantoto? Everyone is milling about, milling about. There we are. Catapults in. And we're here. Oh, there we go. One wonders how long it actually takes them to part from here. Worthwhile, that's what I like to hear. So we are in sort of the right area, so we don't have a map of Bibiki Bay here, but we're heading for H11, so that's pretty much straight south. Let's go ahead and mount up, and we'll see if we can find our way here, even if we don't have a map. I can always look up the map on the browser as well, I suppose, so. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But south is this way anyway, so. I'm realizing. So H11. How strong are these guys? Weak to be worthwhile. South and west should do the trick. Viscous cloth, huh? Not far enough south. Let's head through the next set of caves here then. Assuming there's an exit here somewhere. Here we go. Right, H. H11. Surely I must be here somewhere then. There we go. I saw a There we are. That's the war machine. Let's just mount and approach it. Actually, let's call out our friends as well. I don't think we're gonna fight anything here, but probably a good idea to have them with us just in case. This will give me a chance to show you as well that I found where we have our sub quests for this mission here as well in the mission log. But for now, let's go ahead and interact with this thing. Clunk clunk. The machine has noticed something behind you. Clunk clunk, whirl whiz. So Lafayette, you came even after I specifically requested that you entrust this matter to me. I suppose it is your prerogative as an adventurer to poke your nose into other people's business. However, you really are too forgiving. Those who find enjoyment in the humiliation of others need to feel a sting of regret for their actions. Look at what you've done to my war machine. After all I went through to get my hands on one. You're so mean. You're so terrible. You're so ugly. You waste your time speaking through these mandragoras. Are you listening, Wookie Shibuki? I am Laurence and Mistal, representative of the Sandorian Cathedral. Show yourself immediately. Well, well, I never really believed you met your end in Sandoria. I could never forget the cuts of that blade. You won't fool me. Throw down your sword. One false move and the birds will be on a direct flight to your Chateau d'Argueux. It carries a note for the Royal Knights, one that informs them of your survival. Ha! Still prepared for the worst as always. Your cowardice has worsened with age. Perhaps you didn't hear me clearly. I am Laurence and Mistal. Even with the assassination of Pragmage, the family of Mistal still retains honor among the knightly orders. With that family name at my disposal, your trivial note will amount to nothing. I tire of your games, Wookie Shibuki. Why would the scion of such a noble Marquis family act in this way? Did you argue that the honor alone will not fill a hunger belly? What is the kind of reasoning that is the kind of reasoning I would expect from a Tarutaru with no understanding of the term honor. It is the complete opposite. I have chosen to use my influence to see that justice is done. Your notion of justice should have been erased years ago, along with the destruction of Tavnasia. It is true that even now, 20 years after the war, the ruins of the Marquisate still crawl with the remnants of the Beastman army. However, the wards erected around the Sacrarium by Cardinal Mildorin shelter the underground delivery tunnels from invasion. I have discovered that the safehold built within those tunnels harbors the refugees of Tavnasia. Refugees? Are you certain? If you had not chosen to waste your time here lamenting the past, this revelation would have reached you as well. The refugees of Tavnasia have already presented their plight to Juno, and asked for a member of the government to visit Tavnasia. Juno? A government official immediately entered the safehold under the pretense of aid. Without knowledge of the Tavnasian survivors, he proceeded to rifle through the contents of the Sacrarium. Ha! But this is great news! At least the inhabitants of the Marquisate weren't completely obliterated. Those trinkets of the past have no use for anyone. Juno can take anything they want if the refugees are to be saved. But can it truly be said that the people of Thamnasia will be rescued? You lost your wife and children in that war. Everyone who survived that travesty lost something or someone dear to them. Their spirits have suffered a terrible blow. They have spent years cowering from the shadows of horrors that lurk behind the walls of the safehold. And those responsible for the current state of the Marquisate have all but forgotten its existence, living in blissful ignorance. These very same villains are soon to be the recipients of tears of gratitude from the very people they condemned to misery. Do you mean to simply stand by and watch this injustice unfold, even though the truth weeps silently in your heart? What else would you have me do? Surely you don't intend to tell them what really happened? Yes, that is exactly what I propose. I will shed light upon the dark purpose of the Allied army, hidden behind the confusion of the Great War. I will also call for assistance in the restoration of the nation of Thamnasia. What? You can't possibly do this alone. Ha ha ha! It is the realization of that very fact that prompted my return. I already control the successor of the Thamnasian Marquisate. Preparations to receive funds and troops from a certain wealthy family are also well underway. This wealthy family is willing to pour its resources into recovering the knowledge and relics that have been collected over the years by the Thamnasian Cathedral. However, these relics have all been taken by Cardinal Mildorian, and their present whereabouts are unknown. That is why I have come to request information from you. I wish to know the source of this bounty. I need to know the way to the city of Altair. Along with several others, you were on a secret mission from the cathedral to find the path to the celestial capital, were you not? That may be so, but we were never able to discover our way to Altair. Then, my little friend... Sorry, let's take that again. Then why, my little friend, did the Thamnasian Cathedral call upon me to silence you? You must have discovered something. Now choose. Will you keep your silence or keep your life? Wait, I'll tell you. We discovered that the way to Altair opens once every 100 years. That's all we found, I swear. Once in 100 years? That's everything I know. Time for me to leave. My. He does move fast for such a diminutive chap. Never mind. I have the information I came for. The stone statue I saw in the Mimeo mirror that is the statue of Promethea. The one kept in the reliquarium of the Thamnasian Cathedral. Could this statue also be a relic from Altair? Which would mean that the professor from Windhurst... Professor from Windhurst, huh? Let's go ahead and show here, by the way. So, our current mission here is 3 paths. But if we go to the very bottom here, we have 3 paths active, but we also have the sub missions here. So past sins for Logrance, Pursuit of Paradise for Tenson, and where messengers gather for Ulmia. A century of hardship. A path to the celestial capital that only opens once every 100 years. Where is this path, and can Logrance find it? Indeed. let's go ahead and first, do I have the warp ring? Yes. Let's set the windows. I think the actual step here is optional, but it's probably something that would be nice to see. On point, yes, thank you. Windows, walls, is it number 1? Yes, I believe so. Let's have a chat with the professor. And I believe the professor in this case would be here's the right path. Our friend and unity leader here. I actually want to see if I can get the unity trust here, because I believe he may be better as a healer, potentially. What now? You want to know if where the statue in Amnesia came from? I thought that I already told you. The statue was covered in traces of soil similar to that found on the bottom of the Sea of Shumeu. But wait, Fifi, just a moment. Now that you mention it, there were also traces of Gustaberg soil mixed in the samples. I did not think anything of it at the time. Why would there be 2 types of soil in the statue? Anything else to say? More about the rhinoceros. That's fine. It's the warp ring actually low enough cooldown. No, it's not. It's on 10-minute cooldown. That's fine. Let's just head back then by regular home point. So what we need to do is head to a dungeon area in North Gustaberg, as I understand it. So let's head back to Bastok. Port Bastok number 1 should do it, I think. We'll mount up and we'll head out. I believe this area that we're heading to should actually be close to... Huh? We haven't actually been keeping up our conquest points with signals, but that's fine. Let's do it now. We haven't really been spending a lot of them anyway, but it doesn't really hurt to have it on anyway. Now, let's mount up. And we're looking to head towards the area just north of Segam Hill here. Or northeast, I suppose. don't think it should be much of a problem, but let's see if we can find the entrance here. Now, let's see here. Again, yeah, we're heading to the Alton Mobile Polos, Newton Mobile Polos. After that, so we can go ahead and head into the area that's going to have a burning circle encounter for us. Which I think shouldn't be too much of a problem. But first we need to find and get there. Obviously, going through new areas can always be a bit awkward. Now, we've been through here before, going up to the Palabra mines at the very top northeastern end here. But we're gonna follow along more closely towards the eastern side here. Hopefully find the entrances. There's two of them. I'm not sure which one is actually the one that would be closest, but we should be able to go through regardless here, I think, so it should be fine. Let's keep our eyes open. Nothing there as far as I can tell. There we go. Should take us in, I think. And we'll see how strong the enemies are. I believe we will be outleveling everything here in the first area, at the very least. And the always relevant question, do we have a map for this? First though, cutscene. Why, if it isn't the adventurer Lafayette? I must commend you on your insight. Yes, it was nearly 100 years ago, too, that the moblins wandered their way from the bouts by the deal. And then the Taratara scientist who examined the statue in Tavnesia. What he said about the statue dug up from the labyrinth. I advise you, do not let down your guard when traveling through these caves. The moblins' behaviors are often erratic, and they can be quite nastier than their cousins on the surface. As to all the beastmen, they seem to realize that they are the children of the twilight, and it is this fact that drives them. Ah, yes, one of my colleagues said he spoke with a creature known as Tarnotic deep in the eastern end of this area. The mob is called Oltan Movalpolos. Whether the beast will help you or not, I am still not convinced that this cave is truly the path to Aldrieux. The kid. It can't be. Here we go. We do have a map. Very good. Let's go ahead and grab the teleportation here as well, I suppose. So to be worthwhile, I'm assuming it's the same here. Survival guide acquired. Now, I think we may want to head down first, or rather head towards the eastern side here. Week to be worthwhile. Bugbears. Moblins. Also to week to be worthwhile. That's fine. Let's head on here then. Let's see how things go. Can I goodbye? Thank you very much. We could go ahead and hide and silence ourselves or sneak, but I figure let's do it this way for now. I think this is the way I want to go if we're heading towards the exit to the Newton Movopolis. I believe there's going to be either a survival guide or a home pointer that we may want to pick up. Here we are. Hopefully. Yeah, luckily we are high enough level here right now that we can move about without too much trouble up here. Right, so if we here, is it up? No, it's not. Actually, it might be. Now that I look at it, how do I get up there? How indeed. Let's try the left hand side instead. Do we need to raise this amount? Press the lever. Let's have a look. There are actually multiples, it appears. Not sure if it's something that we can do on our own here. Let's give it a try. It appears that we started, or we got 1, 2. Up, okay. Should be another somewhere. Another lever Anyway. Up there? How do I get up there? Yeah, doesn't look like it's going to be on a long enough time here that I'm going to be able to do it on my own anyway. So how do I get to the Newton modulus if that's the case? Interesting questions. Seems to be multiple exits here. But where exactly? It's going to be the closest one. I'll look at the map. I don't think any of these are gonna work. Let's head back and head south from the previous area still. Heading through here. We head this direction instead. I think we may be on the track to get down there at least. And around here. Indeed. Let's see how this works out for us. If it's going to put us down somewhere close to whatever the means to travel may be here. Not even close as far as I can tell, but let's see if we can get over there anyway. Grab it. Heading far to the east. How's these guys? Yeah. Strong enough that we need to sneak. Very good. Let's go ahead and apply our oil. Probably need to top up a bit sooner rather than later. Should be fine for now. Tonko. And this should hopefully do it for us. We're gonna head straight to the east. And I think this will put us on the path to get there relatively quickly. Again, everything's relative. Very sneaky. It's very possible that we'll trigger something that will actually kill us here, but how do I get around to that side? Apparently we don't. We head south through here. That's not gonna... Can put south up north again here. Oh well, maybe I'll go ahead and do this on my own time then. This may be a bit more involved than I can afford to be at the moment. Oh hey, maybe this doesn't even allow us to head back up there. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm assuming that there's a way to head through here, but I don't know how we would activate it. So let's just head back up there and we'll see if we can head to an NPC that will allow us to head directly to the burning circle instead. There are a couple of ways to head there. We can trade an item to one goblin. We can have a little bit of a gamble session with another, or we can do it long old-fashioned way, which requires walking through Newton Movopolis while operating furnace hatches, and we don't have enough people to do that apparently. So what we're looking for is E13, so that's going to be all the way back to the exit here. Luckily, we found the right exit to go to here at least. So let's head to the west. Yeah. Let's see here. We can find the goblin in question. Here we go. I remind you that I haven't named these NPCs, but we're gonna go ahead and have a little bit of a gamble session here with Twink Bricks, I believe. And we'll see if that will allow us to go down to where we need to go. Hey, yous. Ever been to the mine shaft all the ways beyond Newston? The big boss of this here place don't want nobody's going back there, so he's broke off the lever to the main gate. Nels, I could give you this here spare lever, but I'm just gonna need you some incentives in return. How's about we work out a trade? You bring me a Sylvan Stone and we'll talk. What do you say? Oh yeah, there's another way to get beyond the gate, and it won't rub the boss the wrong way. But I ain't telling you the likes of you. But if you really want to know, I could give you a chance. Here's what we'll do. You play this dice game with me. You wins, I let you in on my secrets. But don't go thinking that I'm just gonna play for free. That's right, incentives. Use 4 corpus guilds, I'll tell you enough. Oh, and don't go giving me any more than 10,000. I'm not a crook, you know. We'll see if you upworlders have what it takes to place the big boys. Yeah, so if we talked here, we're gonna get the same information. So let's go ahead and trade, I don't know, 1,000 gil? that enough for you? That's Gil? Alright, let's fill you in on the finer details of our agreement. Rules are simple. I throws 2 50-sided dice. If the total is between 2 and 5, you win. Here's you go. Total is 8-1. Haha, looks like who wins again? Okay. Will you do it for 100 gil? If the total is 2, you wins. Okay. So the more we bet, the higher range will give us. Yeah. So our best bet's gonna be to give 10k, but we're not gonna be able to do that for super long. If it's between 2 and 50, we win. $25. These dice must be fixed. But the deal's a deal. Take this. Oh, and just so to show you I'm a good sport, I'll warp you to the gate. For a mere 2,000 gills. But you'd better not be carrying anything that'll get me in trouble. So, we have a... Let's see here. Shaft operating dial. Shaft gate operating dial. When fitted into the gate leading to mine shaft number 2716, this dual dial can be used to rotate the passages, allowing to travel to different rooms. Right, let's see if we can get all the way over there then. Right, 2k. Heh, that's what I like about you, adventures. Pockets lined with the gil. Odds on, Upworlder. Look at the map. No map for this area. A shaft entrance though. Right. So Century of Hardship, pulling the strings, automaton assault. I believe we're on a Century of Hardship here. Let's make sure though, because I believe if we don't do the right one here, we may need to wait 5 days before getting another operating thing here. We are entering the battlefield, a Century of Hardship. There we go. Prometheus reborn! Prometheus reborn! He's stronger than stupid Hume. He's more powerful than the ugly goddess. We'll take him! Moblins don't break promises! We'll take him to Sparkly Place! Yes, Sparkly Place! For the nerf underwater. Drummer kissed without filler Rex. But we digs. Moblins don't break promises. We takes Prometheus to Sparkly's places. I never would imagine we would meet Celsius in this place. However, what could those creatures be jabbering about? So, who are you, people? Do you know who that boy is? A Golka. I am Jabos. I have lived with the Moblins for a long time. A long time in peace. But lately, the Moblins act strangely. They praise the Twilight God. They attack the children of Altana. But I'll stop them. I promise. Moblins don't break promises. Now go. Leave the rest to me. But out of the way, Mark is coming through. Out of the way, Cookie's coming through too. Wait right there. You're those pesky children from Tavnasia. Whoa, it's the funny looking boy. Whoa, I told you we shouldn't have taken that shortcut. Whoa, who cares? Let's catch him. Lafayette, this is the perfect opportunity to take Celsius into custody. We cannot pass it up. Right, let's go ahead and call our trusts. We are level synced here, but I'm not entirely sure exactly how much that's gonna matter to us. We've been able to take out most of the enemies we've seen here pretty easily. Let's see if we can actually find what we're supposed to be fighting here now. I see what's in front here. Right. Bugby and lots of others. Let's go ahead. Back. Yeah. But see, I'm not entirely sure which one of these are gonna be most important to take out quickly. Let's see if we can switch target to one of the clusters here. Just that. It seems to be going much more quickly. Like this one. Yeah. Okay, that's that. That's the next one. Yeah, the moblins here seem to be going down much more quickly than the big boy. Let's see if we can grab track here as well. Oh, hey. Yeah. Then we can go ahead and attack. Ah, come on. There we go. Yeah, missed the weapon skill and bonus, but hey. Shantoto comes in with the scythe there anyway. There we go. Is that all you got? I could beat you all with one hand. It's time for the tickle torture. Stop right there. Hey. Hey. Let us out of here. Let us out. What is this? Ooh, treat taru. Looking tasty. We're delegates from Juno. You touch us, you're toast. We're delegates from Juno. If you don't let us delegate, you'll be toast. Shut up. Noisy taru, give Moblin's headache. Be quiet or I cut your throats. Delegates. You would not happen to have been sent here by Nagmulana, would you? Wait, everyone, calm down. Listen to me. Jabo, what do you want? That boy, he's not Promethea. He looks nothing like Promethea. Huh? Doesn't look like Promethea. You know what he looks like? Yes, I've seen Promethea. His statue. Statues? Oh, that's statues. There's ones that got stolen. Yeah. I saw it too. It looked nothing like the boy. But Boy used the dark power, just like legend says. Yes, but there is no crystal on his chest. He can't be the real Promethea. And you weren't created by Promethea anyway. Jabo, don't start with that again. You believe words of done goddess. Jabos is fooled by bad people. Bad people must pay. Leave them for Thai-sized dinner. Yikes! If you do that, we won't be able to trade your Promethea statue. No Promethea statue. Statue? Taru. You have the statue of Twilight God. Taru, you dig up Promethea statue. Yeah, we know all about that white statue. Yeah, you want that statue, you trade us the boy. Yeah, trade us the boy. Moblins won't want the statue. It's written in Moblin legend. But we can't give them reincarnates of Prometheus. But Prometheus strong. We give him torture. Maybe he can come back as human. Prometheus angry. Prometheus getting away. Ah! Wait. My reward's running away. Ah! Open. My reward's getting away. Wait, I'll let you out. Sure. Travelers, this place is dangerous. You should leave right away. The moblins are upset. Who knows what they might do? There is an exit over there. Don't look back. Run. And don't tell anyone what you heard or saw here. Don't. I do not think that will be possible. Mr. Jabos, of what the moblins said, there is still much that troubles me. What were they talking of with the boy? You must tell us. It may aid us in finding Celtius and bringing him to custody. Sure. So, you know of the boy. I too wish to know more. We must go to Bostock. That's it. Master Sid may know more what's going on. I shall lead the way to the metalworks. There you can inform us of what you know. Lafayette, I will meet you again in Sid's laboratory. There we go. Is this the exit? I'm assuming this is the exit. Let's go ahead and head out here and see where it spits us out. Newton. Let's give this one more attempt, I suppose. Grab the oil. Invisible up. And if we can't find our way from this side either, we'll just head out and we'll end things from tonight, I believe. This should be the end of the mission line here. Let's see. This might work. Might not work, but it might work. Nope. That's a drop in the wrong direction. So apparently not. Let's see if we can find a safe area to warp out of here then. I guess this seems safe enough. We can warp out while we're invisible anyway, it seems, so it's gonna be good enough. There we are. Let me just verify that we indeed have done everything we need to do. Actually, we have not. Right. We may need to end things here anyway, but let's head to into here anyway. Right. Metalworks 1, please. We may be able to actually go through here as well. Actually, I'm realizing, do we still have our key item here? Shaft gate operating now. We do. Okay, that might work in that case. Let's see. Let's talk to Sin. What? You say you're looking for Laurence? I'm sorry, I haven't seen him around since he left. Uncle Sid, a pack of angry goblins have attacked the steaming sheep restaurant. Master Ogby drove them away, but not before they injured some of the guests. Goblins in Bastock? Is Hilda alright? Lafayette, come with us this right away. Jabos has been taken back to Movolpolos. Jabos? Jabos? Who's that? A Golga who's been living with the moblins in Movolpolos. For the past century, he has watched over the creatures, trying to convince them to live in peace with those in the world above the dark caves. Forget about that man. He has forgotten his roots, thrown away his identity. He is no longer a Golga. The moblins attacked him. It's probably his own fault. It may be, but we cannot look the other way. Without the assistance of Jabos, we may never catch Celsius. Come, Lafayette, we must hurry back to the underground city. Okay, we're heading back then, I suppose. So, what we're going to need to do is find a key. Let's head back to Pines. And we should be able to find the keys of goblins and moblins. I'm wondering if we can, however, have a look at the other alternative item way we can get in there. Snow Lily. It's in the auction house under Materials Alchemy 1. Snow. There we go, Snow Liz. Price history. They cost 20,000 gil. So that's the other option you have for trading to one of the goblins in there. Now let's head back to Olton. For now. Should be under Sulkheim. No, it's not. Sorry. Gustavberg. No. Interesting. Where's it actually under if that's the case? It's the actual region of Volpolis. It is, okay. That's fine, I guess. Now then, let's go ahead and find our way there. Let's head to the south, to the entrance we went through. I think being near the NPC we want to get us, or get to teleport us, will probably be useful. So let's see if we can head south. Over here, taking this second exit. In the roundabout. Right, this should hopefully do the trick. We'll see if we can get around without aggroing too many moblins on the other side here. How are we doing on actual item space? We got 20 open slots, that should be fine. There we go. I'm hoping this won't take too long to get the key. And if it doesn't, then we'll be able to head directly to where we need to go with the help of twink sticks, I think. I guess we need to head to the mine shaft again. Right, before we do anything else called trusts. Be on the lookout for the gold key drop. And that will, we can get that done for tonight here. Yeah, I believe we're looking for the goblin enemies here specifically. Or the goblin and moblin enemies. Let's go. Fire crystal. Not getting a lot of experience from these guys, but that's fine. See here. Enemies actually drop the gold key. Foreman, fireman. Yeah. I think most goblins and moblins here should do the trick. Bats and bugbears may not. It's one more down. Lightning crystal. Right. We're almost finished with the Vanquish multiple enemies 1 again. That'll give us a little bit of an XP boost, which we could use probably. Let's go ahead and trick attack. I'm not entirely sure what the drop rate could possibly be for the key here. So that's 30 seconds off. Let's see if we can. There we go. Takes care of that one. Take out the Pac-Man, that's the word. Final exam. Lightning crystals. Yeah. May need to make another cut turn. I'll come back when we have the gold key in question. And until then, I'll just go ahead and see if we can find this and end things here in a somewhat timely manner. And that's it. We found a gold key. Took a little while, but we got it. An elaborately designed gold key. Now then, to head back and pay another 2k gil to teleport back to the area we were just in to get the gate again. This time though, we're not going to fight any enemies. We are looking to find the gate and trade the key to it. So we're gonna head through. Yes, yes, yes. Back this way. Should be up here, right? Yeah. There we twink bricks. See if you can work this again here. 2k should do it, right? Yes. Please let me in. Find the gate. Trade the key to it. Gold key. We'll get another cutscene. You. Why have you returned? I have nothing more to say to you. Don't worry, I will convince the moblins. I just need more time. More time. Come to your senses, man. You've been trying to convince these creatures for the past 100 years. They have not listened to you before, and they are not about to listen to you anytime soon. The beastmen were born from a seed different than you and I. They will never understand your logic, and we will never understand theirs. Yes, there are a few individuals on both sides that learn to feel for the other. However, when the species unite as one, their nature takes control. The will of the group overrides the will of the individual. This will is their destiny, a destiny that cannot be altered. The boy we are after, Celtius, the Bombers will never betray him because that is the will of their species. And the will of their species is that of the Twilight God, Prometheus. The same will that Celtius inherited over 10,000 years ago. No, you are wrong. The Moblins are merely blind. Blind to the truth. They were tricked. Tricked? Tricked into what? Listen to me. Long ago, the Moblins were searching for an iron giant bathed in light. Their legend, it says, the iron giant, he will give them power. So the Moblins began digging, but what they found, it wasn't the iron giant, it was a stone statue. But they believed it was what they had been searching for, though no matter how much they prayed, no matter how many offerings they gave to learn that, the statue gave them nothing in return. Learn the reason why they all left the caves and began to attack people. They would kidnap and pillage, all to find an answer. I knew I must try to stop them, so I set out on a journey to learn of the statue. The statue. It was not long before I learned. It was not the Iron Giant, but Prometheus. I told this to the Moblins, hoping they would understand and change their ways. But I was wrong. I had opened Pandora's box. The Moblins started to believe they were the children of Prometheus, and that it was their destiny to hate and destroy the children of Altana. That is why you remain here with the Moblins, to convince them of their misunderstanding, to repent your sins. Javos, you need not burden yourself with such futile efforts to shake unwavering destinies. The Moblins would never have eventually realized they were born of the Twilight God. No. No. The Tamnasian priest told me. Our legend was wrong. The Moblins were not born of the Twilight. Preposterous. Are you to have me believe that an official from the Tamnasian Cathedral denied the teachings of Altana? I have never heard such an outrageous thing. Are you in your right mind, man? I know only what I heard. The priest, she helped me. She said the Twilight God died long before the Beastmen were born. But he will return and bring the end of the world. She also told me to continue searching for the true Iron Giant. And when I found him, the slumbering gods would show me the truth. Then she rid this place of the statue. With their statue gone, the Moblins returned to their caves and began digging once more in search of the Iron Giant in peace, until they found the crystal that breathes life into the Vanadil. Jabbo, why didn't you tell us? Chico-Chuck. Jabbos, we heard everything. Jabbos didn't tell Moblins the truth. Jabbos betrayed Moblins. Move amok. Chico-Track. Jabbos is very smads. Very smads. Jabbo. We've never been this mad before. Jabbo never lied to us just before. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Yes, I lied to you. I was told you were children of Promethea, but I couldn't believe. That's why I kept searching for someone who would tell me the truth, searching for the real God. Jabbos, you can't fool us again. You can't trick us again. Jabbos, Moblin have nothing more to say to Jabbos. Wait, Jabbos, goodbye ongos. Goodbye ongo. Wait. Jabbos, what did they say? Where are you going? I must go. They told me goodbye. Then come with us. Jabbos, your strength and will to save the Moblins. Why not use that ability to save us all? Save us? Yes, as the Moblins are bound by the chains of Promethea, the children of Altana too are in danger of meeting the same fate. If the chains are merely part of the Twilight God's curse, then possibly what you said is true. The Moblins are not children of Promethea, but simply deceased by his evil will. The chains of Promethea. Come, Jabbos, Let us meet with Sid and derive a plan to rid our world of the Twilight's darkness once and for all. Alright, I will help you to save them. Not us, them. My friends, the Moblins. Okay, now this should potentially do it here. Let's go ahead and head back to Sid one more time. Sorry, we're not trading, we're using the warp ring. There we are. Current region, Metalworks 1, please. And this will officially mark the end of the Laurent's questline here that we need to do for chapter 5. Here we go. So let me get this straight. The Keeper of the Apocalypse is actually the reincarnation of the Twilight God. And we're going to have to fight him. This is not turning out like I wanted it to. Celsius is gone. He left Movalpolos. Moblins don't know anything. But my friends, they believe he will return. So they continue to dig. They will show him the way to the crystal. But considering their previous actions, I think it would be a wise idea to keep a watch on them. Who knows what they might try next? If they were to find a way to the 5th Mother Crystal before we do, the consequences could be immeasurable. The Moblins, my friends, wouldn't. Master Sid, we have neither the time nor the resources to engage the Moblins. Currently, we must face the problem before us. Bahamut and his plan to destroy mankind. If the Moblins are digging this tunnel for the boy, then chances are that he will return when they are finished. And when he does return, that is our perfect opportunity to catch him. That's true. But think of the implications. A path to the 5th crystal will be opened. Alright. First we wait for everyone else to get back. There are still quite a few things Prish needs to clear up. I, myself, am going to need a little more time to finish my work. Your work? What are you up to, old man? Wouldn't you like to know? I'm making my wings. According to some inside information I just happened to stumble across, Bahamut is hiding out behind the sea of clouds, higher than any man's ever flown. If I tried to take my baby, SID, up there in her current state, she'd be torn to pieces in the turbulence. No, there's a few more things I got to teach her before we save our date in the heavens. Excellent. When do you think she will be ready? Hold your horses there, Laurence. I'm working as fast as I can. I have some of the best craftsmen and Vanadil on the project. And until we're done, we need you back in Movopolis, keeping an eye on those moblins. Do you think you can handle that? You needn't worry, Master Sid. Yavas has provided me with much information on the subterranean companions, and a few of my friends will also be lending their hands. I know everything about Movopolis. I know everything about moblins. Alright then, it looks like I've found the right man for the job. By the way, have you heard anything regarding Lady Preach? While searching for the information on Altair, I learned of a group of Mithran known as Sin Hunters. I'm not sure of the details, but I believe they originally traveled from their Mithran homeland to catch Cardinal Mildorian and punish her for her past crimes. However, now the three believe that the Cardinal is dead, they search for Preach to have her atone for the sins of Mildorian. That's ridiculous. How do they think they can get away with something so crazy? We can only hope that Ulmian finds Preach in Sandoria before the Mithran trackers do. And then there's Tenzin. No word from him either. He said he was heading to the Latien Plateau to ask the terrestrial avatar Carbuncle for help, but... Lafayette, could you try to find out what happened to Ulmian and Tenzin? They could be in some real trouble. We're counting on you. There we go. So that's Laurent's path taken care of. Now we need to focus on Tenzin's and Ulmia's paths. I'm assuming that it'll probably take around as long as this path here. Maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit less, but it's probably going to be similar-ish at least. So we are going to go ahead and end Fixate for tonight. We'll be back again on Wednesday. I think we'll start with Tenzin's path by then. And hopefully we'll be able to finish up this chapter here during this week. I don't think it should be too much of an issue. But we'll see how things go. Until then, I hope everyone, all of you, have a good week, have a good evening, have a good, general period here. And until we see each other again, and, please take care. Now, that's it for tonight. Thank you all very much. Back again on Wednesday, where we'll continue on. And until then, have a very good evening, everyone. Goodbye.